Your family's safety matters. Every alert, every update, every second counts. News 1226. Safety Alert Desk. Stay informed. Stay safe. Live from Augusta. Breaking news.
Hello, everybody. We begin right now with a breaking news alert out of McDuffie County. In the last 3 hours, we have learned the name of a driver killed in a crash there that happened this afternoon. Just one car involved. That crash along Old Milledgeville Road, not far from the intersection of Wire Road. We're told 48-year-old Tangela Brown was killed. She was from Deering. That wreck around 5 o'clock this evening. The car she was driving crashed into the woods tonight. The State Patrol is investigating. We turn now to weather and going outside. Some lightning in the distance we were talking about, Riley, but what's in the near future is certainly heat.
Definitely so, Brett. That is the big part of the weather story moving forward the rest of the week. We have heat advisories now in effect heading into our Thursday for a lot of the CS area, not for our counties directly along the Savannah River, but don't be confused. Everyone is going to be just as hot and humid out there tomorrow afternoon. So late into the day, we're expecting those feel-like temperatures most likely between 105 to 107, possibly as high as 108 at times tomorrow late into the day. So stay safe in the heat. Friday looking just as hot, most likely even a little bit hotter. I think this is going to be the day where we see widespread heat advisories across the region, and this heat is not going to go anywhere anytime soon. We are checking out our tower cam. We've been able to see some lightning in the distance from a storm that's actually moving through the Midlands. There you go. See it right next to the flagpole. So this storm is actually 75 miles away from our lake camera right there, but some storms closer towards the upstate trying to make their way towards the Midlands. But for us here locally, not expecting much rain, but we're keeping an eye on the cloud cover because we got the peak of the Perseid meteor shower for the rest of the overnight. I'll have more on how you can check that out in just a bit.
Riley, thanks. Right now, we are working to learn more details about this man's arrest. He is booked into the McDuffie County Jail tonight on murder charges. Mateo Pinkston, arrested today by the sheriff's office. He's facing murder and aggravated assault charges. We have asked for details about his arrest, and we will let you know when we know more. A new judge has been assigned to the state case against former Berg County Sheriff Alfonso Williams. Williams' county truck parked outside of a cigar shop that he owns in Hepzibah today. County leaders said he can't drive the truck. It's got blue lights in it while he is suspended. They told us arrangements are being made to turn that ride in. Court continues in the murder trial of 8-year-old Aubrey Anthony. Today, jurors heard about the crimes that led up to the deadly shooting. Antoine Redfield is the only defendant still on trial, accused of being part of a shooting 4 years ago. Prosecutors say that shooting was part of a gang rivalry, but they do not know who shot the little girl. Today, jurors heard from the man originally indicted in this case.
Not everybody that was in the room was participating in what you were doing.
No.
And Mr. Redfield was not participating in what you were doing.
I just see my interaction with Mr. Redfield was, like I said, we was at CC's. Me and him never really had too much of a conversation with each other.
You can catch up to the details of what happened in court today on WRDW.com. Just search Aubrey. Tomorrow, Derek Gathers is expected to be sentenced in federal court for a shooting that involved a trooper from the South Carolina Highway Patrol. Gathers pled guilty to being a felon with a gun from a 2023 traffic stop in Bamberg County. He's already been convicted in state court. Authorities said Gathers shot Lance Corporal B.A. Frazier in the face before taking off and leading officers in a high-speed chase. A woman was in the car with Gathers during that chase. It ended in a crash. The trooper has recovered. Bamberg County jury found Gathers guilty of attempted murder last year. The director of the Augusta Museum, Nancy Glazer, has been honored by friends and the community tonight. She died on Monday. Glazer served on nonprofit boards and served as the executive director of the museum for 20 years. Her longtime friend, Deanna Brown Thomas, talked with us today.
I truly believe that God put angels on earth, and Nancy was certainly one. To best describe her, she was honest, trustworthy, and she was my friend.
A memorial service will happen at the Museum of History. It will be on Sunday at 3 o'clock. She was 76 years old. Memorials can be given to the Augusta Museum of History. Right now, the Burke County Sheriff's Office is searching for this missing teenager. Here's a better look. We're told Ziona Waters disappeared yesterday afternoon. She was wearing a black one-piece jumpsuit, last seen near the Thankful Church. If you can help find her, call the Burke County Sheriff's Office. Happening now, Grovetown police are asking people to check their security cameras after a sexual assault and indecent exposures case. This is around the Ashland Commons neighborhood. It happened last night between 7:30 and 8:30. Police want homeowners in that area to check your recordings for a black Kia sedan during that time frame. Police tell us they are searching for the driver. You can call the Grovetown Police Department if you can help them out in that case. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office tonight mourning the death of one of its K-9 officers. K-9 Officer Roy died after an unexpected medical illness. You might have seen him before helping deputies take drugs off the street or track down wanted criminals. His handler, Joseph Hawkins. We are tracking a safety alert tonight out of North Augusta as parts of the city there under a boil water advisory. The areas here on your screen under that advisory as a precaution. The city tells us a water main broke on East Buena Vista Avenue. Everyone should boil their water there if you're affected for 1 minute before cooking, drinking, or doing things like brushing your teeth. The newest students at Augusta University moving in today. Roughly 600 students moved in, with more set to move in over the next 2 days. Those students moving in today got help from some volunteers. Students now closer to programs than before when the school year starts.
I think students just enjoy living on campus for the experience. You're so close to everything, the programming that happens on campus. They're so close, you're a short way from the rec center or the dining hall. Everything is sort of in their backyard.
Well, the school tells us this is the 11th year in a row enrollment has grown at Augusta University. An Augusta couple is collecting men's shoes to donate to the city's unhoused. They are partnering with the nonprofit Compass for Hope for a drive called the Sole Purpose Gentlemen's Shoe Drive. Especially with this heat that Riley was just talking about, they were asking for donations going into this second week, saying shoes are a basic need for everyone.
You never know what that little gesture of something we take for granted, like a pair of shoes, may change somebody's life or their day.
So here's how to help out. Men's shoes can be dropped off at Camperland during regular business hours before the end of the month. If you go there with shoes, ask for Leo, the RV guy. Tell him News 12 sent you. Nonprofits of the CSRA are running out of time to apply for millions of dollars in grants. The campaign from the Community Foundation comes as nonprofits are seeing record highs of numbers of people in need. The foundation is expected to provide nearly $1 million in support. But they need help from the community and help to fund the nonprofits.
Seeing organizations really struggling right now. Our generosity is needed now more than any time I have seen it in my 10 years, 11 years with the Community Foundation.
Applications are open through Friday. Grants are awarded in January. We have a link for you to apply if you're a nonprofit. Just go to WRDW.com, search Finding Solutions. 2 shootings involving students, and Rick Jackson mentions a historic community here in Augusta by name. We have those stories and more coming up in the stories making headlines across Georgia and South Carolina tonight when we come back in 1 minute. Riley.
Well, eyes are going to be on the skies later tonight. We're in between the cloud cover. We got a lot of clouds south of I-16, but over the CSRA clear right now. If you want to check out some meteors late tonight, have more on that meteor shower and the heat for the next 7 days coming up next.
At Parker's Kitchen, we march to the beat of our own drum. We're a top place to work and a top place to shop. Fast, fresh, and friendly service that's ready when you are.
First alert weather isn't just a forecast. It's your advantage. Get early warnings for severe storms.
With accurate forecasts from a team that stays on air when the weather turns dangerous.
Warning sound effect all the way from
Plan your day with confidence and get the latest update straight to your device.
First to warn, first to track,
First to protect.
This is News 1226 First Alert Weather. Always ready, always streaming. Download our app or stream WRDW Plus for free on all your favorite platforms.
Keisha Lynn Spot Oaks.
All right, we got the shot back up. This is the Dam Cam. The Thurman Dam Cam, that is.
DAM.
That's right. Go light it in there. We're trying to get a meteor on TV for you who, like my mom, don't want to venture outside in the middle of the night. Here for Riley's help.
We are hitting the peak right now. Now, it should only start to ramp up as we get later into tonight. You can see in the distance there, we have some lightning, so there is some storms rolling out of the upstate. Right now, they are north of I-85. But if you want to step out tonight, we generally have clear skies for a lot of the CS array, but this is the peak.
I think you just caught one.
Really?
Yeah, right in the center of the screen. Light right in the sky, in the center. It did a streak, but it lit up like a star.
We're going to have to go back and check that out because it has happened before. We've been able to catch one before on the tower cam during the news in years prior. So hopefully we did. I'm definitely going to go back and check that out. But hey, we got the peak of the Perseid meteor shower. This is one of the best meteor showers of the year. You potentially could see up to 30 per hour in ideal conditions. So if you want to head out tonight, get away from the city lights, give your eyes some times to adjust, and just hey, be patient and look up at that beautiful sky out there tonight. Now, here's a look at where some storms are currently rolling through the upstate, just past through Greenville, Spartanburg. They're trying to make their way towards the Midlands. They have been strong to even severe at times, but not expecting those to really have a huge impact for us here locally. We'll go back to the tower cam. Maybe we can get lucky here. I'm really interested, Brett, to see if we did catch one just a second ago. But temperatures are cooling off. If you want to step out tonight, not feeling too bad. 83 degrees, still pretty muggy out there. By tomorrow morning, we should be down into the mid-70s. Remember, it is going to be a very hot and humid afternoon. Those high temperatures should be topping out anywhere from 96 to 97 degrees, but feel-like temperatures could be about 10 degrees hotter than that actual temp. So no surprise, we do have heat advisories in effect tomorrow. We'll likely see them issued again Friday because Friday is actually looking a little bit hotter than Thursday. High temps around 98 to 99 degrees, and feel-like temps could get up to 110 Friday afternoon. So that's definitely enough for a heat advisory to be issued across most of the CS array. Here's a look at that trend for the peak feel-like temps over the next 5 days. So up to around 106 tomorrow, 110 Friday, not much relief heading into the weekend. We'll keep those feel-like temperatures several degrees above 105 for the next 5 to even 7 days. Not much relief in sight anytime soon, unfortunately, from all that heat and humidity. Heading into tomorrow morning, we're expecting a dry start later into the afternoon. That's when we could see a few just kind of bubble up hit or miss showers and thunderstorms. Doesn't look to be too widespread, but with any of these summer storms, they will be capable of producing some brief strong wind, a lot of cloud and ground lightning, and heavy rain as well. So make sure you are staying weather aware for that. Friday looks very similar, dry start initially, but by the afternoon, we'll see those storms fire up again and could be isolated to widely scattered. So if you have any plans heading out to your Friday night, definitely have that first alert weather app close by. Can't rule out some more storm activity. Jumping ahead to the weekend, by around 2 o'clock, we can see some storms firing up across the region again. So this is just looking like a very stagnant pattern. It's going to be above average temperature-wise. We'll have the opportunity for a few afternoon thunderstorms out there. Heading past the weekend, high temps look even warmer early next week. Right now, we're going with a high around 100 degrees next Monday and Tuesday.
My mom promptly updated that she is outside watching the sky.
Nice.
All right, let's get you up on headlines from across South Carolina and Georgia tonight. Both Georgia and South Carolina facing concerns about the West Nile virus being carried by mosquitoes right now. Some Georgia cities suspending activities as they treat areas with infected mosquitoes. If you get a bite, you might not feel anything, or you could feel a sickness that is similar to the flu. Here are the symptoms that you should look out for.
You start developing confusion or weakness in your arms and legs, having a hard time thinking properly, and you also have a fever and some other things, you should have someone take a look at you immediately.
The advice says to stay indoors during dusk and dawn when mosquitoes are out and wear loose long-sleeve clothes. It's also important around your house to get rid of standing water. That is where mosquitoes breed. Republican nominee for Governor Rick Jackson, someone could be $1 billion richer by the end of the night. But how does the lottery benefit Georgia? The Georgia lottery raised more than $1.5 billion for state education programs last year. It's the 11th straight year raising more than $1 billion as people flock to buy tickets for the growing Powerball lottery. We figured out where the money goes.
We're currently at 2.3 million Hope Scholars and 2.3 million pre-K students. Over our entirety, we have returned over $31 billion to the state of Georgia for education.
That's where the cash goes, to college and pre-K. $1 billion jackpot, only the 8th highest jackpot in its history. And as we head to break, here's a live look at Pittsburgh and your winning lottery numbers. If you played today, good luck. If you won the Powerball today, share it with us. We'll be right back.
Your news, your way. Download the all-new WRDW News app today.
Does your home have wall cracks?
Looking forward to that season starting up soon. All right, heading out the door early tomorrow morning. Wear some lightweight and light-colored clothing. It is going to be a hot one, and there could be a few thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, so you may want to have that umbrella close by. Now, look at that forecast coming up next.
Time and Temp, sponsored by Riverside Heating and Air.
For comfort you can count on, call Riverside Heating and Air. Now offering 0 interest for 60 months on new system replacements. Stay comfortable inside with Riverside Heating and Air.
The Carolina legend is putting up threes. Bojangles' new triple-double biscuit stacks triple the protein with sausage, egg, and applewood smoked bacon between double layers of melty cheese, all on a scratch-made biscuit. Order today at Bojangles. It's Bo time.
The first time behind the wheel.
All right, for all the bad stories we tell you about all day long, we try to leave you last thing at night with some good news, and that is today is Vinyl Record Day. National Vinyl Record Day. It celebrates the invention of Thomas Edison, the phonograph, back in 1877. Boy, the jams were hopping back then. You could hear things like an accordion on repeat. It's become a hobby for Gen Z to collect the vinyl records and play them. Hayden has some.
Yeah, I'm definitely a part of that Gen Z collective that likes to have a lot of vinyl records. Yeah, I've got a few hanging up at the apartment back home right now.
I think vinyl is really cool because it is obviously making a big comeback, but just like how it works scientifically, how that little needle can just like put out a sound based on little etches in a record, I find that fascinating.
Reminds me of those pianos that used to play off of the paper. You know, when your paper would roll by. So just
Yep.
same time frame. Get a lot of Vashmi Bagasha, Nuri Muniak, some Johann Sebastian Bach on vinyl.
That would be a banger.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, that's what, yeah. I'm telling you, can you imagine just getting in the car, popping on the vinyl, and rolling down a dirt road? Man.
Vibing to some Mozart.
I bet you used to complain about how it would skip on your CD. Could you imagine, like...
Put the needle back on, baby.
Come on, babe.
There we go. All right, hey, looking out at our thermodam cam, you can see the lightning in the distance. I looked back, Brett. I couldn't see the meteor that you thought you saw, but maybe it did happen. We are hitting the peak of the show at the moment. The light show kind of hanging out behind the light pole is pretty cool. So, hey, you can see some distant lightning, which, did y'all know that heat lightning is actually not a thing?
Yes, the light travels faster than sound.
Bingo. That's exactly right.
Thank you, Emily. I'm glad you're here for that. Ooh, she'd be so proud. Oh, we'd be proud if you watched the morning show. It starts at 4:30 in the morning. They'd love to see you there. Have a good night, everybody.
Elevate your drive.